Okay, hello, welcome back to another game of chess. We're playing e4 as per usual. Our opponent is quite a high-rated player, and they play Alekhine's defense. Okay, e5 here, knight to d5 surely. We will then play c4, knight b6, and a4 most likely, unless they decide to go for something freaky. Okay, yeah, c4, knight b6. This is something that I play as black quite regularly. a4 here is a move that is extremely aggressive. They play d6, not a5, allowing us to go for that line from the Herfel game. So the point of d6 for black is effectively, if you look at the position before, let's say they play like g6, I'm threatening to trap this knight. We actually control all of the squares that the knight can go to and, come forward, and any regression of the knight, the space is taken up by one of their own pieces. So they play d6 such that after a5, the knight can drop back into d7. Then, this provides us with a really interesting idea, because it cuts off the bishop's protection of e6 to put our pawn on e6. Gambiting that pawn to basically say, you know what, have it, take the pawn. Because this now blocks up your center. It's going to be far harder to play, for instance, with the dark square bishop through the center, also with the light square bishop. Also, you're just never pushing your e-pawn. You've got to push this, then push this. It's clunky. We sacrifice this pawn to buy time. Also, we open up one of the most vulnerable diagonals ever in the whole game of chess, this h5 to e8 diagonal to the king. It is the basis for the fool's mate, at the start of the game. If we see f3, e6, and then g4, queen to h4 is then the quickest possible checkmate, and it exploits that analog of that diagonal, I guess, in the white position. Here, we've kind of softened up this diagonal in the black position. So I'm going to play d4, basically saying, listen, I want to get my bishop staring at g6. If you play g6 yourself to remedy the problem that you really can't develop your dark square bishop through this diagonal, then I'm just going to go after you with h4, h5, attack the king side really quickly. I love playing this opening. They play e5 here. I don't think we want to take, because then knight takes. I mean, the knight just becomes a well-placed piece. We've undoubled the pawns. Things become easier through the center. So I think what we want to do instead is play bishop d3. Now, if I play bishop d3 and they take my pawn, I can play queen h5 check. The only legal move then is g6. We can sacrifice our queen, pawn takes, and then bishop takes g6 will be checkmate along this diagonal. So bishop d3 comes with an immense amount of tempo. So we don't start getting tunnel vision looking at the interaction of these pawns here. No, keep our eye on the prize. Now they play g6. g6 does, temporarily at least stop this threat, but it creates a huge permanent problem. So another way to stop this threat would have been playing knight f6. Then queen h5 is not a resource. The knight holds that square. The knight also belongs on f6 anyway. I'm kind of surprised my opponent didn't play it. g6, knights are flexible. Knights can do whatever they want. Pawns can't move backwards. g6 now creates a hook. This pawn will not ever go back to g7. There are now dark squared weaknesses that are potentially exploitable with our dark squared bishop, with our queen, with this knight, for instance. Also, this provides a point of tension on which I can play, and I believe I'm going to go for this immediately, h4. This is going to put an immense amount of pressure on the king side, and again, you can't really get your pieces out quick enough. Wow, that is not the right idea. I mean, maybe objectively you're doing okay here, but to grab a pawn when this is the state of your development and you're about to get hit with h5, I don't know. It doesn't look good to me. It does not look good to me. If you push past and play g5, I can just take this. It's clearly not going to work. Although it actually might be an okay idea to stop this tension, this rook being opened. This king is so weak and this diagonal is now really being exploited. Bishop here is going to allow after takes. Pawn takes, because I can't then take the rook for free because it's defended. However, if I do take, which I'm of course going to, after pawn takes, if we do see pawn takes, I'll be able to play bishop takes g6, forcing king f8. You will then not castle, your king will be stranded on the king side and just absolutely sliced open by this bishop. Queen f3 even, although there is, okay, something could come to f6 there. But, you can see these ideas, mating ideas already manifesting. So taking his risky. I mean, allowing me to do this to your king side in the first place, for what? For an extra pawn? Very risky. So they push past with h6. That clearly makes a lot of sense. Obviously, you don't want to allow all this tension, you don't want to allow stuff to open up. However, you now just give me this thorn in your side, where it's like, okay, how are you ever taking this pawn? I could keep my bishop back here on b1 defending it if I want. What if I play knight f3? I guess you're going to play a move like e5. Now, I don't know if I have an objective advantage yet, but I think one is sure to follow. I would definitely love some kind of transfer of a knight to h5. to get this bishop to move. I mean, this is the soft area of the board that we're going for. I mean, we don't care where our king's going. We pushed both the H and the A pawns, playing the equivalent of a crab. Clearly, we're not concerned about king safety right now. I just don't know how to follow up here, but I'm sure I should have something good, and I've used half my time, and it's move 11. Okay, we're going to start with knight f3. I mean, you got to develop your pieces if you want to use your pieces. Putting pressure on this pawn, probably they just play e5. They don't even have to, but it would make sense. They go knight to... Okay. Oh, that's annoying. I don't want to lose my bishop. I could take, but then pawn takes. Things become a little more pleasant through the center, I guess. Actually, then queen f3 maybe. Ooh. Okay. Okay. We might be cooking something up over here. I can feel it. Queen f3. We're threatening queen f7, of course. Rook f8 does solve that problem, but also abandons the control of the h6 pawn, so you just go here with the bishop. Okay. Right, but now, I mean, it's got to be time to get this knight involved. Oh, whoa, also, bonjour. The b7 pawn is looking a little bit soft, if I may say so. Knight here, I guess, would be the response, and then... Oh, you know what? Let's just grab this. Let's just grab this. You are now just never castling anywhere. Probably neither am I, if we're being completely honest. I could play the move queen c6, pin the knight, threaten to take the bishop. Let's just do it. I do need to speed up my movement. I think bishop g8 is going to be the response here, because I don't really see what else you do. Oh, this is exciting. Okay. Okay. Bishop g8. I mean, where else does the bishop belong, really? I don't know. I feel like if it strays too far, like for instance g4, well, first of all, then we're probably just trapping it after f3, bishop h5 we can just take, bishop h3 we can take, bishop here we can take, bishop here we can take. Yeah, the bishop has to go to g8. And again, we're pinning stuff. This knight is now immobile. Okay. Do I go? I mean, that also ruins this rook's mobility. I feel like I have a really good position. Okay, the knight and the bishop need to get into the game. How? Maybe we go here and here. That seems like a good place for the knight. And we could go here and then here. We could go knight a3, knight b5. And say, what are you doing about c7? And if you try and bring the rook under, you're cocooning way too much. Your pieces just have no scope. Then from b5, we don't really have any... Like, they could just play, for instance, a6. And I'm not going anywhere. Let's play knight d2. I do need to hurry up. I've used way too much time. However, this bishop has no moves. The knight here, let's just make this a different color. They do this anyway? Wow. The knight here has no moves because it's pinned. The rook has hardly any moves. This rook also has no moves. None of their pieces can move. The queen literally has no moves. They just don't have any moves with any of their pieces. Why am I not just attacking this knight, by the way? Why did I not even consider that? Okay, let's play knight e4. My pieces can move. My pieces can dance. What on earth are yours doing? e6. Okay, fine, but you've just killed your bishop now, permanently. And weakened these squares, and... Maybe I do this and put the bishop on a3. Oh my lord. I need to move, though. I need to move. The time is running thin. Extremely thin. Maybe we lift and come up and over? You know what? b3. I just need to move. I think the bishop belongs here. I think that's not even a question. Although maybe bishop f8. But then we're going to have this pawn's going to be able to move at some point. I mean, you can see the remnants of the disgusting and clunky center that we've given our opponent by playing that initial pawn sacrifice with e6. You can see the remnants of that now, and just actually nothing can move. This position here is so funny because just you just can't move anything. Okay, ideas are to play bishop a3. Maybe lift this rook. Maybe even castle queenside. I don't see how you unpin this knight. I think queen e7 might be a move that they want to play. We control so many squares. This is unreal. I mean, no material advantage, but positionally speaking, why is all of your material in this 2x6 little rectangle here? Okay, you're just asking for it, right? You're not going here, you're not going here, you're not going here. Where's your queen going? Just back to where it came from. Oh my word, I love this game so much. I better win. I really better win. I better not waste this opportunity. Okay, what am I doing? Lift the rook. Lift the rook. We can come up and over. That looks fun. That looks interesting. That looks exciting. And if you come away from the defensive f6 with your bishop, by the way, this knight could easily step in. After like rook f3. Wow. They're getting so desperate. They're getting so desperate. That opens up g5 for my knight. Let's play rook f3. Okay, all the pieces are doing their job. What is that? Oh, I missed the idea to go rook. We could have maybe trapped the queen with knight c5, knight b7. The computer's going to have seen all sorts of weird and wonderful things that I've definitely missed. But I think knight c5, not considering that more earlier on, might have been foolish. Although they could start sacrificing pawns to open stuff up. And the queen now has h4 and g5. Queen e7, you're holding the pawn now, fine. Ooh, but this is a big discovery. Just move, what am I doing? What does that achieve? What on earth does that achieve? Just move, bishop e4, I don't know if that makes sense. It does blockade all this up. Okay, I'm just going to lock in and stop talking. I'm actually going to castle. Oh, if I castle, the queen could maybe come here with check. Maybe just move and say, what are you actually doing? Move! Oh my lord. My mouse. This rook trying to come up and over, I don't know. Maybe we drop the queen back and go here with the bishop. Ooh. Okay, I feel that as a good idea. Or we go here, hit the rook. If you go here, then I take the knight, you take my queen, I take your queen. Oh, it's too complicated. Here. Oh, I'll just move. I maybe should have gone for this idea. That could have been cool, but I don't know. This is now what I'm going for. I have 20 seconds. Why? Why do I always have 20 seconds? I just haven't exploited this discovery at all. The 20 seconds is just not what I want to have on the clock right now. I'm also really worried about this. This evaluation is going to look like such a mess. I might have had this, but I think this is also a really good idea first. Look at my pieces. They're so good. How am I not winning? We have this and a threat of mate. Oh, maybe I should have gone for that straight away. Although the bishop here keeps this all connected. Right. For the check. I hate this game. I need to mate them. I'm not going to like simplify this into an endgame. They take here, I do this. This is my only idea now. Hang a rook. This is just mate. Oh my word, what you do? You go here, we go here. You go here. Knight a4 is disgusting. You still can't move this. Oh yes! What a game of chess. Oh, my heart is beating so fast. And the pieces involved in that checkmate. Like, the pawn from the start, from the g6, from the... Oh! Okay, remember that feeling that you're currently feeling? You're sitting there watching this, you're thinking, wow, he's such a genius. I should subscribe, like, comment. What an amazing game of chess. That was probably perfect. He's literally Mikhail Tal, literally Paul Morphy, literally Magnus Carlsen. Do you know what I mean? Just keep thinking about that. Do not now let what the engine tells you when we analyze disabuse you of the notion that that was the greatest game of chess you've ever seen in your life. So reluctantly, let's analyze this game. Oh, why was I even reluctant? Why was I even reluctant? Okay, little bit of a mess, but we had an advantage. We completely held the advantage. 4 inaccuracies, 1 blunder, 90% accuracy. The blunder was playing this move because we had a forced mate with check, which I probably should have seen, but also I had how many seconds there? 18 seconds. And so I thought, you know what? If they do, end up moving, because obviously they can't take with the rook, because that is just mate. But if they move, yeah, look, I have to find... Oh no, this is actually disgusting. There's check here, and then just any move with the knight was mate. Okay, admittedly, I should have found bishop takes d7. That was the only blunder. And it blundered it from a mate in 3 to... plus 5.7. We're still completely winning. Okay, so we've got the Masters database open. E4, knight f6, e5, knight here, c4. Knight b6, and then here, 2% of the time played a4. But if you notice, this, let me just scroll up so it's over my face cam. Out of all the responses at master level, the one with the highest win rate for white is a4. It is so aggressive. We play it. Of course, little inaccuracy. This is now, by the way, named the Tate variation. That was because of me. I am so convinced, because this was not called the Tate variation. I released a video on a game that played this opening called Emery Tate Invented a Chess Opening, which isn't strictly true about this particular opening, but after a5, rook a3 was known as the Tate variation in a book called Triple X Clan by Dan Shabazz. Good book. But then after that video got 1.1 million views or something, this is now called the Tate variation. I'm just saying. I mean, maybe, you know, the subscriber count growing has got to my head, but I'm just saying. Seems plausible. Anyway, so a4, d6, a5, knight here, and then instead of taking, we played this again, really high win rate, only 7 games at master level, but e6 here. It's an inaccuracy. Of our 4 inaccuracies, 2 of them were book moves. Takes, d4, I think is the best reply, although apparently, yeah, it is. Okay, I don't know why the evaluation changed. e5, bishop d3, and of course the point is, if they take, here, sack my queen, and checkmate, thank you very much. So they go g6, and I immediately play h4. Another inaccuracy, but I would play it every single time, because here we play h5, here we take. This is so aggressive, and let's remember what this pawn did at the end of the game. It was crucial in checkmating them with a knight and a bishop. So they play h6, of course, the point being that if they'd taken, we could have taken here, takes, and then, I guess, won the, well, not won anything necessarily, but maybe then queen h5. Or bishop h6, oh my lord. And then if the king goes here, it's definitely some mate, but if the king goes, or if this, then we can play queen h5. Yeah, you don't want to be playing this position as black, trust me. So they push past, then knight f3, knight here, we trade, and play queen f3. Bishop here, we take, a6 was another move, which is kind of filthy, because if they take here, then we of course take the rook. Okay, fair. This is also great. Knight here, queen c6. Okay, great that I found after they play knight e5, knight takes queen f3, and then after bishop e6, taking and playing queen c6. Bishop g8, clearly the only real move. Knight e2, best. Knight e4, one of the best moves. And then, okay, castling kingside, get out of here. Wait, pushing the b pawn was also a really good idea. I'm tempted to think, I mean, we open up bishop a3, best move, queen d8. Okay, and then I should have gone for knight c5 earlier, because I think I'm threatening to potentially trap the queen at some point. Also go for this this saucy idea. Probably also, the ideas that I ended up playing with the ideas I maybe should have pursued a little earlier. So the ultra instinct kicked in clearly, because I only had a minute and a half left here. Although rook f3, best move. Knight c5, best move. Bishop e4. I have less than 30 seconds. Queenside castles. Queen here, here. Bishop here, one of the best moves. Check, king moves. And then this is the position where we sacrificed a full rook to play this. And now they could have taken on g6. That's the only reason this wasn't a mating idea, because they could have taken on g6. Then after king b2, they play this. That's the idea. That is why this isn't a mate. They just give me their queen. And then we can take on here anyway. They can move the king. I can win a bishop. Like, I'm so winning here. Admittedly, with the time pressure, I might not have actually won. So just to quickly recap the mating idea, it's here, and if the king moves, any knight move, including like knight d3, is going to end up, in some disgusting checkmate. However, playing knight a6, the blunder of the century, they accepted our rook. It wasn't even a rook sacrifice, by the way. My bishop held this. What on earth was that move? Knight takes e7. Checkmate. A disgusting checkmate. And a beautiful end to a beautiful game. I'm gonna give a quick shout out. Jake, if you're watching, there's your knight mate. Anyone who regularly partakes in a cheeky little Will Taylor chess stream will, of course, understand Jake and his penchant, let's say, for a knight mate. But oh my goodness, what a game. This could be one of the most beautiful checkmates I've delivered so far in December, because it's the 2nd of December, and I deliver beautiful checkmates basically every day. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that. If you're new to the channel and you've just seen that and you aren't subscribing, what is wrong with you? But this is day 2 of the daily uploads in December, the Will Taylor Chess Christmas calendar. So, you know, if you're watching this on the 2nd of December, enjoy your treat for the 2nd of December. You will be getting 22 more of these all the way till the 24th. Maybe there'll be a little surprise on Christmas Day, but I'm working hard on the channel. Keep putting out the content, putting out 2 shorts every day, a video every day. It's going to be pretty intense because I also have some maths exams to revise for. But yeah, all the support that you guys are giving me, I'm super appreciating it. I can't wait to hit 50,000 subscribers. It's going to be soon. I'm really looking forward to it. Everything's going well at the moment with the channel. I'm super happy. So just, yeah, keep up the support. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Like, comment, subscribe, do all of that. Thanks very much for watching. Goodbye. I'll see you tomorrow.